It was a cool December 1st evening as Donald Duck and Douglas were in the Little Western sheds. Nights like this that remind me of Scotland, said Douglas. Said Donald. I miss those days. The snow was as high as this shed door. Really? Said Doug. Back in Paddington, I never really saw much snow. Okay, well, Christmas is coming up, said Donald. Remember that last Christmas we had back in Scotland, Dougie? Donald, I do remember. It was a Christmas to remember, alright. Really, said Duck. What was the story? You probably not want to hear it. It's quite long. We've got the time. Very well, said Douglas, and this was the story they told. The year was 1958. Donald and Douglas lived in a shed in Scotland, along with 2 other engines. There was a Patriot class, who we all know as Patriot, and a Ginty named Ginty, who we also know. These 4 engines worked together happily for many, many years, all working to service their line to the best of their ability. One day, as Douglas was leaving the yard, Ginty rolled out of the shed after filling up on water. Just then, their manager walked angrily over. You father. I'll let you know now, not because I care, but because you need to know. We'll be getting a new diesel from the fresh out of the works in the next month. I expect you all to treat him with respect. That's how you should treat the ones who are replacing you. With that, he flipped on his heel and walked away. Hold on, man, said Douglas as he backed out of the sheds. If they teach him a lesson, he be wanting. Donald and Douglas lived in a shed in Scotland. The year was 1958, and they worked with 2 other engines, a Ginty and a Patriot. The Patriot's name was John, and the Ginty was Rob. One morning, the 2 were simmering happily outside the sheds. All of a sudden, their rotten, no-good manager waltzed up to them. Aye, you lot, listen good and listen well, because I won't be repeating myself. Aye, sir, what is it? Said Donald. A brand new diesel will be coming on the trial run from Crew. He's been freshly built, and I expect you to treat him nicely. If not, you won't want to know what will happen. Aye, sir, said the engines. And he walked angrily away, slammed the door to his car, and raced off. Oh, that rotten, no-good man, said Donald as he moved into the head shunt and reversed onto a waiting goods train just outside the sheds. And with that, Donald puffed off. Leaving the other 3 engines to contemplate what the manager had said. "This sounds trouble," said John, the patriot, who was now moving out of the sheds as well to go run onto his express train. I mean, I get our manager has an image he likes to uphold. "This'll spell doom for me on our express trains." "Don't I worry about it," said Douglas. "I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll send them packing." "I wouldn't be so sure," said John. And with that, with the toot of his whistle, he blasted off. Early one morning, about a week after the manager had made his decision on buying a new diesel, John and Douglas were resting outside the sheds when all of a sudden, a sleek, dark green diesel rolled in on the main line and outstepped the manager. "This is D261. It's a brand new Class 40 type locomotive, and if he does well, more diesels will become brought to this section. I trust you'll all treat him nicely. Good day." And the manager waltzed away. The diesel purred into action and rolled across the points into the yard. Why, good evening," said the diesel as he backed into the head shunt. "It won't be long until you lot are out and more of my lot are in." "Rubbish," said Douglas. "That'll never happen." "Don't be so sure," whispered John. "Anyway, I must get some rest. I see those are the sheds." "Aye." "Very well. I'll rest up before my next express service." "Wait a minute. Express service?" "Yes." "I'm pulling the next express. I think 87646 will be bringing in a good strain for you to take." Lord sakes. It had been a few hours and D261 was rolling a few tankers out onto the main line. All of a sudden, he stopped with the tankers straddling the points when all of a sudden, John and Douglas heard something that made their steam run cold. It was Donald. He rounded the bend, saw the tankers in his path, but it was too late. The diesel, thinking fast, well, if you want to call it that, ran out of the way as Douglas smashed into the tankers. Dougie, said Donald. "Aye, Donny, are you alright?" said Douglas. "Oh, what's this green box thing in my way?" "I," said the Diesel, "am going to be your doom." "Alright, big shot," said Donald. Just then the manager ran over. "What on earth is this? Donald, explain yourself." "Oh, sir." "Wait a minute, you remembered my name?" "What? Oh, yeah, sure, whatever. But, Donald, what happened? Explain yourself at once." "I can do that," said Douglas. "That tin can Diesel over there was moving those two tankers out of the siding. He knew Donald was coming in with young Gus train, and as soon as he heard his whistle, instead of trying to move out of the way, he just uncoupled from the tankers and rolled off, leaving Donny here to smash into him." "Oh, rubbish. I know he would never do something like that. Isn't that right, 261? "Why, of course, sir." "See, you're just overreacting. It was just an accident." "Yes, indeed, sir. I was not warned of the coming goods train." "Rubbish," said Douglas. He rolled out to get the breakdown gang. "Now we must clean up this mess at once if the express is to leave." Soon the accident was cleared and the diesel banged into the trucks as they had stayed on the rails. "D261, can you move those into the sidings, please? Or move those into the yard so that one of these two can take them." "Yes, sir." "Very good. Now, good day." "You rotten good for nothing. You rotten good for nothing." "Sad suck of an engine." "Indeed," said John as he moved the trucks out of the way. He moved to shunt the trucks into the siding. "I don't know what you're talking about," said the Diesel. "Oh, yes, you do." "No, I don't. Now I must go get ready for my train." He did so, soon coupling to his rake of express coaches, and with a blast of his horn, he roared off. Douglas was undergoing minor checks at the time, so John had to bring in the damaged Donald into the shed complex. Donald was upset as he was pushed into the... It's that lying Diesel's fault, not mine. Oh, we know, said John. Don't you worry about that. We must find a way to get back at that engine before it's too late, said John as he backed into the adjacent shed. I mean, I don't have any work for the rest of the day. I'm not even sure if I have any tomorrow. I will find a way, said Douglas. I sure hope so, said John. I'd hate to see what happens if we don't.